Evening again, peeps. Evening again. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, round 4 of the P1RC Super Formula League. We are live from Suzuka circuit. Let's see how these F1 style cars get round here tonight. Right. So I think it's 10 minutes quali and a 50-minute endurance. Let's just have a look at race settings while we're here. So damage on lights, tyres on ×8 and fuel at ×3. Who have we got in the house? Mocking Weeks, Raoul, Benny, CJW standing in again tonight. CJ, again, not done many laps. Evening Michael, how you doing? GTR Evo, again, back to the fold for the P1 boys. P1 Dylan. P1 Diz, P1RC Baggy, P1RC Ghost Realm, P1 Gamer Dad, P1 Pilgrim. We've just seen him exit after race 1 of the Focuses. Reg GT and Luke Doherty also just been in the Focus race. So that is drivers for this evening. Let me just pull up scores for this one. Where are they? Where are they? Come on. Where are they? Right. So let me do the team stand-ins because it is a team effort here. Got 7 different liveried teams. We've got Simtech, Tyrrell, Benetton, BAR, Jordan, Williams, Ferrari and McLaren all being represented here tonight with liveries. Current Constructors Championships are standing at McLaren holding top spot with 83, Jordan second with 70, Williams third with 67, Simtech with 58 in 4th, Ferrari 5th with 55, Tyrrell 6th with 33, Benetton 7th with 26, BAR, sorry it's 8 different teams, BAR being represented, they've only got 10 points. So we do have a couple of standing drivers. I think they represent the BAR team when they come, unless they're standing in for a particular driver. Are we waiting on anyone? Maybe not. Okay. Let's get ourselves on track. So like I say, a short 10-minute qualifier. Let's get ourselves out of that view. And then a 50-minute enduro for you lot. Ghost Realm Gaming, just trying to get his Ferrari pointed in the right direction by the look of it. Turn 1 can catch you out. Yeah, it's a shame, mate. Chris is standing in for you. Ah, okay, so Valiant Rage, who would have been racing, he's got CJW standing in for him tonight. He's a fast guy on his day, if he gets enough practice in. So after going through the team points, I completely shut the old phone down. Right, so leading the way in individual points is P1 Raoul. He is on 67 points. Second place is Mocking Weeks. He's on 49 points. 3 points behind him in 3rd is Dylan. 46 points, just a single point behind him is Dizzy in 4th. He's on 45 points. 5th place for Benny. He is on 32 points. 24 points behind him is Jarv, 72 in 6th. 7th for Ghost Realm, he's on 23 points. Also on 23 points is Reg GT. Baggy in 9th then. Baggy is sitting on 18 points. Got Valium, he's on 16 points. In 10th. Pilgrim in 11th on 13 points. I've got Luke Doherty, Skippy with 11 points in 13th. Luke Doherty with 10 points. Oh. 10 points. P1 Gamer Dad, he's on 9 points. We've got a couple of reserve drivers as well, so P1 Don, JPH 99 and GTR Evo are on 8 points, 8 points and 0 points respectively, but not racing tonight. Well, GTR Evo is, apparently. Sorry, apologies. Right, so here we go, into qualifying. It is only 10 minutes. P1 Benny. First out. Bostrom Gaming, teammate in the Ferrari liveried cars. Under pressure from Luke Doherty already though. Billy, evening mate. I'm not having it. I think I've sworn 3 times in my career of sim racing, as in, hold on, let me just get that right. My commentary sim racing, my racing sim racing, it's all swears. I'd say it's probably 60% swears, and the rest just general cursing. One of them was justified anyway, one of my swears was justified. So this man currently leading the championship. These things are loud. It's good, isn't it, Billy? Eh? How I managed to restrain myself, calling all sorts of names out. As GT is going for a thrashathon, trying to drop the fuel out of that car. Get the car as light as possible, try and go as quick as possible come the end of qualifying. Good liveries on the cars. Rocking the 73, I think, or 73 or 64, the other number. I think it was 73. Stuey Max race number. Cheeky Billy. And Baggy actually rocking the 64 plate. So, where's the first of the hot lappers? Who's that just coming through Casino Triangle? They're still on outlap, GTR Evo. It is P1 Benny then. So, up the backstretch. Through 130R. No lift through there, the downforce able to keep these cars stuck to the road through there. So he comes through the chicane. Let's see what he puts in time-wise. This is a kind of estimate. 1:39.8 then for P1 Benny. Walking Weeks has got purple sectors in though. It's in the pits. And CJ able to put in 140.8 for CJ. Bit of work to do. Game and Dad following him through 141.0. Mocky Weeks back out the pits then, fresh boots. P1 Raoul coming through. Was in 4th, now 5th. P1 Reg GT's gone quickest overall so far. 139.3 for Reg. See those times start to tumble as qualifying moves forward. Dylan just gets himself slung up into 2nd with with a 1:39.4 for Dylan. Diz also up into third, 1:39.4 for Diz. Pushes Benny all the way down to fourth. I say that fifth. GTR Evo coming in last of the hot lappers, 1:39.1 for GTR Evo. Sticks himself on pole. So bringing his A game for tonight's race. He has driven for P1 before. He's been missing from the fold for a few months. He's come back. He's putting it to him. So just about to see some more lap times. Chucking himself in the pits, just comes out on a fresh set of boots. So nobody swapping positions yet. Doherty just getting himself up into 9th, 1:41.8. He's out on a set of mediums. Pilgrim on a softs, 1:41.9. Spoon sitting in 11th, so he's done a 1:42.2 for Bags. Absolutely flat through there. P1 Don chucks himself in the pits, also fresh set of tyres. So GTR Evo then, still leading. It's a good time from him. P1 Dylan actually going a little bit quicker there, 1:39.2 for Dylan. That gets him up into second, pushes Red Sheet T down a spot. He's on an outlap anyway, as is Dizzy. Rowell on a hot lap though. That final chicane. Yeah, he also comes in the pits. So Benny did put a fast lap in, now sitting in 7th on the grid. He's on an out lap as well. Ghost Realm Gaming sitting in 8th. Okay, Mocking Weeks has done a fast time. He's chucked himself into second, 1:39.161. 500s behind GTR Evo 46. So Dylan's come out on a fresh set of tyres. Let's see if he can better that time. It's only 2 minutes remaining, so it's now or never. So Red Sheet T on a hot lap. Dizzy on a hot lap. Rowell on an out lap. He'll be wanting to get across the line before this timer ticks over. Benny also on an out lap. CJW on a hot lap. Let's see what he's got as he comes up the hill. So it's 1.2 seconds down, unfortunately. Stepped into these super formulas last minute. They do take a little bit of getting used to. So stays in 8th. Is that Ghost Realm just getting through? Yes, so Ghost Realm actually pushing CJ down a position. Trying again, he's on an out lap. He's not going to get time for a fast lap though. that final turn. You know what Raul's like. His German efficiency, 15 minutes will tick over, or the 10 minutes will tick over, sorry, and that'll be it. So GTR Evo then does start that hot lap. Dizzy actually going quicker, 1:38.9 for Diz. And there you go, straight into the race. So the German efficiency not messing about. So Dizzy holds top spot, Reg GT second, GTR Evo third. Reg GT going quicker just at the end there as well. So Mocking fourth, Dylan fifth, Don sixth, Raul seventh, Benny eighth, Ghost Realm ninth, CJ 10th, Gamerdad 11th, Pilgrim in 12th, Baggy 13th, Luke Doherty 14th, and that's your lot. So revs are up. See if Dizzy gets a good start. Not great. Red GT got a good getaway. A little bit of wheel spin as he hits second gear, but he's up to speed. He's going to take top spot into turn one then. Oh, we've got drivers running wide. Ooh, who's that? Just trying to get themselves. We've got another driver in the sandpit behind. Just slowly flick back to that. So it's GTR Evo getting it a bit wrong. Oh, and he's just clattered into Luke Doherty, pushed him off track. We've got CJW racing off track as well. Ghost Realm Gaming just getting himself back on track after coming off in turn one. So it's all kicking off. First couple of turns. Ghost Realm and CJ way off the pace. So Reg GT continues to hold that top spot. Half a second over Diz, another half a second back to third place Mocking. P1 Don looking to get down the inside there. Oh, Dylan spinning the rear end up. Where's he gone? He spun the rear end up, put it in the wall coming out of the hairpin. He's got a bit of front end damage. He's losing time as well. So down into 10th. Baggy getting past him, up into 9th for Bags. So damage is set on light, so that should repair itself, which means he should be able to get back up to race pace pretty quickly. He's now got GTR Evo teammate also getting it wrong in turn one. Oh, sorry, different liveries. Apologies. GTR Evo then in 11th. Luke Doherty 12th. It's 3.5 seconds back. CJ's another 3 seconds back, and then Ghost Realm another second back from CJ. Those unfortunate first couple of turns for those three. But a long race ahead, plenty of time to go. Strategy will play a big part in this one. So Red GT stretches his lead a tiny little bit, pulls another 2/10 over second place Diz. Diz does a very similar thing to third place Mocking. 0.8 of a second gap between those two. Stewards will be busy after that lap. Oh yeah, forget there's the new stewards inquiry now. So the P1 boys have set up video stewarding, so if people aren't happy with an incident, they can send a clip in. Stewards can award points or take away points, or I'm not too sure what the penalties are. There's quite a few of them. Just holding on to that third at the minute. Raul all over his rear end as they come through Spoon. P1 Benny just holding fifth, a little bit way back off his, is it a cousin brother? Benny and Raul related somehow. Purple sectors, we're on lap 2, so everybody puts purple sectors in. Okay, P1 Don slots himself down the inside of Gamerdad up into 6th, Gamerdad 7th. Pilgrim, bit of a penalty he's got to lose in 8th. He's only 0.8 of a second back from Gamerdad as well, 0.9 now unfortunately. Extends up to a second. Dylan, after his little indiscretion at the hairpin, looking to get back through the pack. He's all over the rear end of P1 Dylan. Coming out of turn 1. Oh, he's almost lost the tail end of that again. GTR Evo trying to close up on the back end of Dylan as well. So through the anti-banks, then down towards Degner's. Dylan trying to get past in front. Nowhere for him to go. GTR Evo closes up massively under braking. Just run it a little bit wide there, but still in striking distance. Hard on the brakes into the hairpin. Almost contact, still nowhere to go. It's a good move by Evo though, looking to get down the inside of Dylan. Didn't quite work out this time. Dylan does hold that spot. He's now got the toe down towards Spoon. Side by side, he's going to make this look easy. It's both apexes nicely. Manages to keep well in front of Pilgrim. GTR Evo while we're on board, just running a little bit wide. You can see how quickly the cars in front just pull away. So Baggy 11th, Luke Doherty in 12th. Lonely race for Luke at the minute. Again for Ghost Realm Gaming, he's got himself past CJ. Now 13.4 seconds back off Luke Doherty. CJ now 4 seconds back from Ghost Realm as well. So struggling in this one, but CJ is a stand-in. He's not used to racing in these cars. In the meantime, Reg GT has extended his gap 2.7 seconds out front. He's doing well on tyres as well. He's not thrashed them to death. Exit the Degner's slightly wide. Right, what's happened to Mocking Weeks? Mocking Weeks has dropped down to 5th position. He's been done by Benny. Oh, chucks himself down the inside of the hairpin. Tiny bit of contact. It does look like he's just let Benny have that position back. A bit of driving by Mocking. Dad in 6th, looking to hang on to the back of that 5th position. P1 Don just off the pace, he's a second down, 1.1. Dylan though, is closing up on him. So looking to gain those positions back early on. Threatened a lunge at the casino chicane, but it would have been dangerous. He's got a hold of the start-finish straight to play with. 5 of a second back, although P1 Don will be gaining a toe from the driver in front. Evo's just a second back in 9th. Pilgrim another 1.3 seconds back. Baggy 11th. 3 seconds back again for Bags. So it looks like he might have got it a little bit wrong. So Luke Doherty in 12th, again way off the pace. A bit of off-track action himself, as with Ghost Realm Gaming and CJW. So GT continues to keep that buffer between himself and second. 2.3 seconds. He's got a tiny bit of breathing room now as Diz. Raoul behind him, 1.1 seconds back. Towards Spoon then, awkward turn. The green AstroTurf you see just on the outside of the circuit there, all the way through Spoon, and turn 1, it is at the top of 130R as well, I think. It's horrible stuff. You get a wheel on there, it will cause you all sorts of issues. You can see it just on the outside of this turn. Yeah, just loses traction to the rear wheels, and around you go if you catch some of that. So Raoul closed the gap, less than a second between them. He's had a good exit from the final turn. Very quick round Suzuka circuit, these super formulas. Raoul looking to close that gap up on that second place driver in front. using that power of the downforce. Just keep the car glued to the road when you accelerate through the anti-banked curve. Keeping the speed up through the Degners as well. So gap still at 0.8, 0.9 of a second. Red GT just keeping that 2.4 second gap out front. So Raul 3/4 of a second back, slowly closing up on that second place driver. Mocking Weeks now in 4th, 3.5 seconds back. He's got Benny less than a second back. Closing up a little bit up this back straight. Don, Gamer Dad and Dylan. Gamer Dad getting himself, P1 Don actually getting himself past Gamer Dad. Dylan's trying to go down the inside of the chicane and getting that job done. It was a squeeze, but he got it done. And now GTR Evo looking to take that 8th position off of Gamer Dad as well. Slings himself down the inside. Can he carry the speed? Looking for the toe. Does he sling it into turn 1? Follows him straight in. Big snake of these super formulas running through the S's. Led by P1 Don. Heading down towards these Degners again. Drivers just keeping it clean through there. Me, I'd have spun off a long time ago. It's a good exit for GTR Evo. Unfortunately, no efforts for him to go. Gamer Dad just holds on to that 8th. Goes for a little bit of a move down the inside. Can he carry the speed? Both drivers spinning up the rear tyres. GTR Evo just carrying a little bit more speed though. Unfortunately, that just means Gamer Dad has to slot himself down into 9th as they come into Spoon. Nice and safe through there. Gamer Dad then has to drop back into 9th. GTR Evo in 8th. And he's got to try and hunt down this pack of drivers in front. Dylan, Mocking Weeks, Benny and Don. A little bit, Luke. So GTR Evo just getting a slight love tap off P1 Reg GT behind him. A couple of drivers have just chucked themselves in the pits. P1 Dylan and Gamer Dad. Mocking Weeks also coming in the pits there, being released, comes back out. Will he hold 7th? Yes, he does. Just Pilgrim Paddy coming through. Able to get that position though, so 7th for Mocking. Let's see where the rest of these guys come out when they rejoin the pits. Dizzy yet to stop. GT then, after his stop, coming in fresh boots, and he is right on race leader now. A little bit of glitching from Reg GT. Let's hope that doesn't affect anyone in race. Looks all over the rear end of that first place driver, closing up as well as they head down towards Spoon. The fresher tyre should make short work of that first position battle. Able to take the tighter lines, carry more speed out of the turns. All over the rear end of that first place driver as they head up the hill towards 130R. Get past him before the 130R. Full tilt through there. Dizzy's got to stop anyway. So through that final chicane, nice and cleanly. Will we see Diz peel in the pits? No, he's going to stop out for another lap. Let's see. Reg GT though, just able to extend already, 3/4 of a second between himself and Diz. Into turn 1, nice and cleanly. Extends through there. Dizzy unable to carry the speed through, so loses all sorts of time. He's down to 1.4 seconds, nearly 1.5 it is now. So he's going to come under pressure from Raul as well, only 1.3 seconds back. Fair enough, Luke. So GTR Evo yet to stop, but he is up into 4th. He's got a fresh booted Mocking Weeks. Oh, he's run wide though, GTR Evo. That's just going to allow Mocking Weeks to come through. He's chucking in purple sectors in as well with those fresh tyres in his Mocking. So that's good results in this championship. So GTR Evo just hanging on to that 5th. Again, tyres starting to look a little bit beaten up. P1 Dylan, who has stopped in 6th. Benny also stopped in 7th. P1 Don, who stopped in 8th. Gamer Dad 9th. Stopped a lap or 2 ago. Baggy Snails also stopped a couple of laps ago. Sitting in 10th. Pilgrim Paddy just come in. Fresh set of boots for him, sitting in 11th. Ghost Realm 12th. Still 13 seconds back. Fresh set of softs for him. Oh, nearly getting it wrong in the spoon. CJW up to 13th. Fresh set of mediums for CJ. He's looking to run a bit longer. Luke Doherty, as we've just seen in chat, has decided to sit this one out. So Reg GT, Dizzy does come in the pit then. He comes back out in 5th, but that does allow Reg GT to take the lead of the race. He's now got 2.6 seconds over the Bionic one, P1 Raoul. Gap down to 2.2. Purple sectors for Raoul as well, so starting to pile the pressure on Reg GT in front. And he'll be seeing that gap coming down slowly as well. Mocking Weeks has got himself up into 3rd. Seconds back off race lead, bit of work to do. 8 seconds back off Raoul in front. Bit of breathing room behind. Dizzy's 2.6 seconds back. He's got GTR Evo for company as well. GTR Evo still not stopped yet. He's got Dylan slowly closing up on him. Benny also only a second back. Bit of a penalty to lose though. P1 Don just in the background there trying to close up on P1 Benny as well. With the purple sector there for Benny. So the car's obviously running slightly lighter now they've depleted half their tank of fuel. So Don in 8th. Gamer Dad 9th, 3.5 seconds back. Baggy 10th. 11th, unable to get that position yet for Pilgrim. He's got a lap fresher tyres as well. Ghost Realm Gaming has taken a bit of that time out, so he's got that down to 10 seconds. It was 13. And CJW got a bit of a penalty to lose, and almost 20 seconds off the pace. He is on the mediums, so might be able to save himself a stop later on in the race. So Reg GT, that time starting to come down pretty rapidly now. It's less than 2 seconds between himself and Raoul. There is the attacking German behind as they run up this backstretch towards 130R. Again, the gap just stretches back over to 2 seconds. Absolutely full tilt through there. The Bionic one follows him through. Just loses the 10th there, Reg GT. Pulls it back on the exit though. Still 2.1 between himself and 2nd place Raoul. He's out of slipstream range at the minute. Oh, Reg GT's got it wrong in turn 1. That's the AstroTurf that I'm talking about. So he's just got it wrong on turn 1. Call that AstroTurf. He's had to point it in a straight line and stop himself spinning round. He's not able to steer again till he gets back on the tarmac. Unfortunately, that's cost him enough time for Raoul to come through and take top spot. So Reg GT has now got a second plus to try and make up on that driver in front now. That's a shame for Reg. It was looking like it was going to be a good battle between those two. So Mocking Weeks closing up 8.5 seconds from race leader, 7 seconds from second place. Most of that is due to Reg GT's mistake, but Mocky Weeks won't know that. All he will see is that time coming down, and that will make him pile the pressure on a little bit more. Still got Dizzy threatening in the background, 2.4 seconds back. Dylan exploring those track limits. He's up into 5th. He's got himself past Benny. Benny's still got a penalty to lose. P1 Don looking to take that position off Benny as well pretty quickly. No chance on this back stretch. A little bit too far back as they head up towards 130R. Maybe able to go for a bit of a late break into Casino. 0.3 of a second back. Benny just losing his penalty allows P1 Don to close up. He's in a good position now as they come onto this start-finish straight. Closing up. Benny going defensive. Nowhere for Don to go. Again into the S's. No overtaking going on through here. Not without somebody going in the sand. And you'd be brave if you go for a move into the Degners. Just losing a tiny bit more of his penalty there, Benny. So much speed into the Degners. A little bit wide on the exit, just losing a bit of time to Benny in front. Closes up again under braking. So still within touch, actually closing up on the P5 driver in front, Dylan. Almost getting a wheel on the grass there. Benny's run himself wide on the AstroTurf. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You can't do anything but point it in a straight line once you've hit that stuff, otherwise you're spinning round. So way out of that fight now for Benny. So what is he? 1.6 seconds back from 6th place Don. Don has now got Dylan in front to chase down. 1.4 seconds the gap between these two. Let's see what's happening up front. Rowell still holds that second plus over Reg GT, just extending up to 1.3, 1.4 now. So Reg GT, he will be in at the end of this lap. He's pretty much out of fuel. Thought we'll see Rowell in as well. He may brave another lap on that fuel though. Mocking Weeks has got just under a quarter of a tank, but he is coming under all sorts of pressure from Dizzy now though. Maybe a little mistake has just cost him enough time for Dizzy to catch up. Heading down towards the hairpin. Nowhere for Diz to go at the minute. A little bit too far back to make a move. A little bit loose on the exit there for Mocking. That's allowed Diz to carry the speed through. It does up into 3rd then for Diz. A lot less wear on Diz's tyres than there is on Mockins, especially on those rears. Oh, Dizzy getting it all wrong. Dizzy getting it all wrong on the exit of Spoon, allowing Mockin to come straight back through and take that 3rd. As quick as that for Diz. So he'll be kicking himself, running a little bit too fast into Spoon then. It's cost him that position and all sorts of time. 1.7 seconds now behind Mocking Weeks. Reg GT in the pits, taking on board fuel. He's going to lose a couple of positions. So Raoul has gone for another lap on that fuel. 12.2 second lead over now Mocking Weeks. Dizzy in 3rd, Reg GT back out the pits on a fresh set of racing softs in 4th. And he's got 15.3 seconds to try and make up on 1st place Raoul. Again, Raoul's yet to stop. We're going to see Dizzy and Mockin in a lap or two's time as well. So just keep an eye on that little red time next to Reg GT, see if he can close the gap up on Raoul in front. Still at 15 seconds. He's got to hope he doesn't get too tangled up with these two drivers in front. Slides his car through that hairpin. Through 200R then, full speed through there. Still at 15 seconds, the gap between himself and race leader. He'll be wanting to close that up on those fresh tyres. Just tucks under the 15 second mark. Just going to creep back over. Raoul into the pits now then. GT through 130R, full tilt down towards Casino. Can Raoul get out of the pits? Reg GT is a fair way back. Raoul has got to take on an awful lot of fuel though. Mocking Weeks in the pits. So that releases Diz. So Raoul does come out of the pits now then. Looks like he's gonna, Diz comes through to take first, but he's got to stop again soon. So Raoul into P2. Reg GT right on his rear end, half a second back in third. 24 minutes remaining. Let's see whether Reg GT can keep the pace with Raoul then for this next stint. 3/4 of a second between them. He's all over the rear end of Diz as well as Raoul. Might just be getting held up a tiny bit. Here's Reg GT, he's got the gap down to half a second. Still nowhere to go for Raoul. Tries to run it around the outside. Reg GT almost side by side with Raoul as they come through the hairpin. Gets two wheels on the grass though, that slowed him down a little bit. Still nowhere for Raoul to go as they head down towards Spoon. He's got himself up the inside. No, he's not. I thought he got himself up the inside, but it would have cost him the corner. He has to slot himself back into second. He is right behind Dizzy though as they head up the hill. Can he get himself past? Will be side by side as they go through 130R. Raoul just backs out then. Still got Reg GT lurking in the background. So will we see Dizzy in this lap and release the two drivers in front? No, he stops out again then, Diz. So Raoul is going to move around the outside into turn one. We've still got Reg GT there as well. He's looking to switch his way down the inside at turn one. Oh, where are we going? So Raoul does take top spot. Reg GT slots himself into second. So these two are going to kick it off then. Just slowly pulling away. Well, the purple sector there from Raoul. Now he's been released past Diz. 3/4 of a second between himself and second place Reg GT as well. See, they are just extending from third place Diz. His tyre wear starting to cause him issues. Another purple sector there from Raoul. He's trying to get that gap back up to a second, 0.9. It's over a second now. I have forgot to mention, which I always do when I'm commentating over these cars, they do have an overtake function. If you look at the bottom right of the screen, you'll see the little overtake gauge. Reg GT has used up all of his. Raoul still has about 1/4 of a tank of whatever that is, his overtake power. So he's still got that in hand. If Reg GT gets anywhere near him, gap to 1.2 seconds. Dizzy then, he comes in the pits now from third. P1 Don's going to break it out for another lap on that fuel as well. Let's hope he gets his strategy right. Mocking Weeks comes through then fourth, so he stopped early on. Half a tank of fuel, racing soft for him. Dylan fifth, so does he get out? He does, gets out in front of Dizzy. Dizzy then out on sixth position, fresh set of boots, just over half a tank. 21 minutes remaining of this race. So Benny also been in, fresh set of softs. Just under half a tank for him. Game and Dad. So a couple of laps ago he came in, lap 14 in fact, a bit of wear on those softs, just over a quarter of a tank for him. A GTR Evo, so plenty of fuel on board, the tyres starting to look a little bit beaten up. Pilgrim Paddy just out of the pits as well, on the racing mediums now. He's gone for a full tank, so looking to run, I think, as far as he can, hopefully to the end of the race, not with times 10 fuel, I wouldn't have thought. Ghost Jump Gaming 11th, CJW in the pits, just taking on board fuel, and we have lost Luke Doherty. So Raoul continues to lead, continues to extend a little bit, so another 0.2, 0.3 there. Reg GT now 1.5 seconds back. P1 Don braved it out, 2 turns left to go. So into the pits for P1 Don. Monkey Weeks coming through to take third then. Now 11.6 seconds off of second place. So Dylan back up into fourth. Dizzy fifth after his stop. He was only 1.2, 1.1 back from Dylan, so he could pile the pressure on him with those fresh tyres. Benny's still sixth. There's a bit of a race of his own at the minute. He's got P1 Don just out of the pits on a fresh set of racing mediums, 3/4 of a tank for Don. 4 seconds back, under pressure from Game and Dad though. Game and Dad on a worn set of softs and a quarter of a tank, so he'll have to stop again. Just losing a bit of time to Don. GTR Evo down in 9th again. Sitting on those very worn racing softs. Pilgrim just come out of the pits, 10th position, fresh set of racing mediums. Was on a full tank, but 1 lap's destroyed that. Ghost Realm in 11th, still a bit of a penalty for him to lose, but fresh set of racing softs. He's also gone for a full tank. Baggy done the same thing. He's under pressure from CJW though. CJW sweeping down the inside at turn 1. Take that position off of Baggy, up into 12th then for CJ. So it looks like Baggy may have had 1 or 2 little off-track moments. But both of those drivers quite a way off the pace. CJ getting involved in chaos early on in the race, as did Ghost Realm Gaming. And I think Baggy's just had 1 or 2 little accidents all by himself. So Raoul starting to stretch that lead out, 1.8 over second place Reg GT. Doing a lot better on his rear tyres is Raoul. His fronts are very similar, but a lot more wear on Reg GT's rears. And he's also running out of fuel at a faster rate of knots as well. So he's got about an 1/8 of a tank on board versus Raoul's quarter. So again, Raoul can run a couple of extra laps longer than Reg. Walking Weeks, 11.3 seconds back. Just under 17 minutes remaining. It's a lot of work for Mocking Weeks to try and pull that time down. Gaining any kind of slipstream from anybody either. He's got 1 driver slowly closing up on in front. It'll be one of the back markers. Who's he got? Baggy Snails in front. We'll get a bit of a tow down the start-finish straight from Baggy. Up down the long straight, and his teammate just lets him through, so Mocking is now 12 seconds back, so slowed up a little bit trying to get past Baggy. Again, a lot of work to try and make those that time up on those two drivers in front. Dylan in fourth, he's 4.5 seconds back. He's got P1 Diz for company. So Dylan's tyres absolutely beaten up, whereas P1 Dizzy on the reasonably fresh set of tyres. A little bit more fuel on board for Dizzy as well. I would have thought he would have already got past Dylan. Dylan obviously making it very difficult for him. Still half a tank of his overtake function to use as well for Diz. See whether he gives it a blip as they run up the hill. No. Again, me, I'd have forgotten about that. I've forgotten I've got turbo boost mode. Right, so Reg GT does come in the pits now. Raul stops out. Try and do 2 laps out of that fuel. So does Reg GT get back out in front of Mockin? He's just released now. He gets out just behind Mockin Weeks. 3 drivers side by side into turn 1. Dizzy gets himself past Dylan. Oh, a little bit of contact between them. Just getting themselves past Baggy Snails there as well. There were 3 wide coming down the start-finish straight. Dizzy up into 4th, holding more fuel than Dylan as well. Dylan will have to be in a lap or 2's time. Benny in 6th, again not holding much fuel for Benny. 14 minutes remaining to this one. Don 7th, half a tank, reasonable set of mediums. Again, I don't think he's going to last till the end on those. Fuel will be out. Gamer Dad just out of the pits, fresh set of racing softs in 8th. Just under 3/4 of a tank for him. GTR Evo 9th. Oh. So fresh set of boots now for him. Racing softs. Came in on lap 20. So don't forget to vote for driver of the day. They do gain 2 extra points in the championship, and it's your choice. Raul in the pits now. Where is second place Mockin Weeks, just coming through the final chicane. Where's Raul? Come on, Raul. So just being released now. Mockin Weeks coming at full race pace. He gets the job done past Raul then. Reg GT has to slot himself into 3rd in that little fight. He's got half a tank on board, fresh set of racing softs. Raul in pretty much exactly the same position. A lap of fresher tyres though. Mockin Weeks, although he's got top spot, his tyres are pretty much worn out and he's almost out of fuel as well. So can he hold up Raul and Reg GT? Will they sweep by him? A little bit slow out of Degda 2. Raul's going to go for a move into the hairpin. Mockin defend it around the outside for Raul. It's a good move. Cleanly done as well. And now Reg GT looking to get through. Going down the inside, he backs out into Spoon. Looking for a good run up the hill, get the toe off Mockin Weeks. Runs up the inside, side by side. Head up to 130R. Mockin Weeks carrying some good speed with him though. GT slots himself over to the racing line, just in front of Mockin. And now he's got that time to try and drop 2nd. 1.1 between himself and 1st place Raul. Mockin in the pits now then. Where's that going to bring Diz? Diz is going to take that place back, but he's got a pretty beaten up set of softs. He might have to stop for fuel as well. He will. Benny comes in now. Comes for his final stop. Dylan, half a tank. Plenty of fuel on board currently. I'm going to let me flick to P1 Don. There he is, just coming past start finish line. 6th position. Benny coming back out the pits in 7th then. Half a tank racing softs. Can he run to the end on that half a tank? We'll wait and see. So Game and Dad, very similar position. Half a tank, fresh set of tyres. Half a tank for GTR Evo. Ghost Realm Gaming just over half a tank. CJW, he's going to have to stop again. He's sitting in 11th, so he's got himself past P1 Pilgrim. Pilgrim on the mediums. Can CJ get in, take fuel and tyres and get himself back out in front of Pilgrim? 8.6 seconds the gap between these two. So CJ in now. Pilgrim just through that final chicane. Still taking on board fuel for CJ. I don't think CJ's remembered about his overtake button. So Pilgrim in. Oh, he's got it wrong in turn 1, straight onto the AstroTurf. Struggling to get it back in a straight line then. So he is in 11th just, but CJW is all over the rear end of him. Sweeps around the outside at the S's. It was a great move by CJ. He was carrying a bit more speed after the... Oh, Pilgrim nearly getting it wrong through the S's there as well. So Ral comes through. Reg GT also through. Yeah, it was a shame for P1 Pilgrim. So CJ gets himself up into 11th. I think CJ's forgotten about his overtake function. He's not used any of it. Pretty much, he's got 3/4 of a tank. Use it, CJ. Use it all, CJ. Race leader Raul then, still only a second over Reg GT. He's been trying to fight his way past 1 or 2 back markers. Weeks back out the pits, 12.7 seconds. Gap 8.5 minutes remaining. Tall order for Mockin. Dizzy in 4th. Fresh set of tyres, just under half a tank. Not under pressure from Dylan in 5th. These two have been pretty much neck and neck all race. Dylan's going to get a good run at this back straight though. Closes up his head up towards 130R. Dizzy's gone defensive though. Can Dylan run it around the outside of 130R? This is going to be brave. Tiny bit of contact, but great move by Dylan. He's got the inside line into the casino chicane. Up into 4th for Dylan. Diz though still in an attacking position. He's got this long start finish straight to get that position back as they head down towards turn 1. Dylan then says no. Defensive. Great drive by Dylan. Holds on to that 4th. Bit of wear on Dylan's tyres though compared to Diz's. So we may see that starting to affect him come the last couple of laps. Allow Diz to retake that position. We'll wait and see on that one. 7 minutes remaining. Still nothing in it between 4th and 5th. Still hardly anything in it between 1st and 2nd as well. Only a second between them. I've got a CJW just in that gap. That will be helping. Reg GT will be using that toe just to pull himself closer towards Raul in front. So on the hunt for CJW's rear end to try and slingshot him past into turn 1. Oh, maybe not quite realising he was going quite so fast. He's done a good job to keep that on the black stuff actually. CJ realising it's one of the front runners, so he chucks himself out of the way. Unfortunately, that has cost Red GT a little bit of front end damage, so that's going to be costing him on these turns. He's going to be struggling. See now 2.7 seconds, 2.8 seconds between himself and Raul. A little bit of damage will just be costing Red GT teeny bit of time, the odd 10th here and there. You can see Raul extended 3 seconds. So that tiny bit of contact between CJ and Reg GT looks like it might be costing Reg GT the race. I've got to say, I think it was all Reg GT's doing. I just don't think he was quite realised how quick he was catching up to CJ. So Mocking Weeks 10.3 seconds back still. Purple lap from him though, 1:37.8, so fastest lap of the race. Dylan still 6.5 seconds back, still being hounded by Diz for that position, only 0.6 back. But again, no Dylan's tyres, front tyres especially, are very worn out. So it might start costing him the odd 10th in the last couple of laps. Patchy's joined the room. A little bit late, but never mind. So Benny 6th, 7.7 back, 4.6 back is P1 Don. He's just come out of the pits for a fresh set of tyres, a little bit of fuel as well. Gamer Dad 8th. So running around all those beaten. Oh no, so Don has only taken on board tyres, sorry. He's not taken on board fuel. Gamer Dad has not taken on board tyres. Sitting in 8th at the minute. GTR Evo, very similar position. Just under a quarter of a tank. And, worn out softs for him. Ghost Realm 10th. Had a lonely race as Ghost Realm. 25 seconds in front, 33 seconds behind. Not sure if he's had that penalty all race either. He's sitting in 10th at the minute. CJW then 11th. Lucky not to pick up any rear end damage. Probably repaired itself. Oh, he's got it wrong through Spoon. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Horrible, horrible AstroTurf. Oh, CJ, what have you done? He's driven himself off track. So he's still in 11th, but he's lost all sorts of speed and time. Pilgrim Paddy's just getting himself back on track after getting it wrong through 200R. Now getting it wrong going through Spoon. Paddy on the fresh boots as well. Sorry, Pilgrim on the fresh boots. So he shouldn't really be struggling like that. Baggy, he's on the... Oh, I didn't realise he'd gone for the hard tyre bags, you maniac. 10.5 back from Pilgrim, sitting in 13th for Baggy. Raul then, 8.3 seconds over Reg GT. It's disgusting, Raul, stop it. So Mocking Week still holding on to 3rd. Dylan still under pressure from Diz for that 4th. On board with Dizzy then as he looks to hunt down that 4th position driver. Down towards Degner's, closing in slowly. Gap just 0.3 between them. Heading down towards this hairpin then. Dylan, a good racer, he knows where to put his car. Sticks it on the apex, nowhere for Dizzy to go. 1:40 remaining. Dizzy closing up as they come into Spoon. Dylan almost running it off track. He's done a good job of keeping that point in a straight line. He's kept the gap between himself and Dizzy as well. Dizzy closing up as they come up the hill towards 130R. Dylan's just going to hold it. It might give Diz a good run down to Casino. It does, but Dylan's already on the defensive line. You can see that one coming. And a good run out there for Diz as well, but it just comes a bit too close to Dylan. Dylan has to back out of it. He's going to chuck himself over to pit wall side again. Now tries to squeeze out Diz. Dizzy tries to run down the outside, tiny bit of wheel contact between them. But it's a good drive out from Dizzy. He's got the line, he's got the power. He's managed to get himself past into fourth then for Diz. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Is there anything Dylan can do about that? I doubt it. His tyres are far too worn now. May have to think about fuel saving a tiny little bit. Some good racing between Dylan and Diz. Raul, 20 seconds remaining. 11.6 seconds over Reg GT. Reg GT almost out of fuel. Looks like he's just got it wrong through the chicane. That's allowed Mocking Weeks to close all the way up. 2 seconds between them. Any kind of mistake from Reg GT and it's going to cost him. Let's hope he's not got a fuel save up this back straight. I think he should have enough on board. So we will just watch Raul cross the line to take race win. Comes home to take the win then. Reg GT is just going to take second. Mocking Weeks has closed that gap up, 1.5 seconds between them. He's had a good race, Reg. Into second then. Mocking Weeks third. Dizzy, is he going to hold on to fourth? He does through Casino. Good race by Diz. Swapping positions between himself and Dylan all race. Dylan actually had a fuel just at the end there. 5th place for him. Benny's going to come home 6th. Just Mocking Weeks is Mocking Weeks. P1 Don is hot on his tail for 7th. Game of Dad then through 130R. Keeps it nice and clean through there. Comes across then to finish in 8th position. GTR Evo in 9th. Ghost Realm Gaming in 10th, CJW 11th, Pilgrim 12th, and Baggy Snails in 13th. And now we've got to put up with Ghost Realm Gaming being a donut for the last few seconds of this race. Cutting corners, look. No, flopped it, Ghost Realm. Not watching you anymore. Oh, here we go. He's going for his reverse across the line. I don't know what that's all about. Not a great race, CJ, but it was one of those, you know, you were chucked in at the deep end. I think you had like, what, half an hour practice or something prior to getting in the seat or prior to getting in the race. So, you know, don't beat yourself up too much, mate. P. Gibb, evening mate, what you got to say for yourself? M3 lobby died, oh no. Nice, cheers mate. Oh, the M3 lobby died. Is that Tanso? Is that Tanso lobby? It is, isn't it? I think. Yeah, some more good racing from the P1 boys. Not so much for the Pew at the start, getting punted off. So, let's see what the stewards' inquiries turn up. Oh, controversial. Oh, we'll see what happens. But that was round 4 of P1RC's Super Formula League, live from Suzuka. I've got nothing on tomorrow night. The minis have finished. The new Next Gen Lambo League starts at 8:30 on Tuesday. You'll see some familiar faces in that one. Add some new faces for me as well. Nothing on Wednesday. The MR3 League is finished. Let me say that again. The GR3 MRC League, Team Oliver Racing GR3 MRC League has finished. Thursday, 9 o'clock, we've got round 2 of the Beatles. That's been pretty good. That's the GR3 class again. And then, yeah, back Sunday for the Focuses at 8 o'clock with the Tanso Racing Boys. And then straight after, 9 o'clock for round 5 of this. Come and check it all out. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you watched. Don't forget to give Driver of the Day shouts and stuff, because they do get points, and it's all up to you lot. Don't forget to give it a like, give it a subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's darksmoka. I'm out of here.